Join us as we explore the Grand Strand today.
Happy Tuesday, friends. Welcome to Grand Strand today. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Hallie Murrow. Today we're live in Georgetown at the Georgetown County Museum. Get ready to explore facets of life that span almost 300 years of American history lived out in the daily lives of the citizens of Georgetown. You don't want to miss it. There's a new piece of history at every turn. And later in the show, we head over to the Barefoot Queen River Boat Cruise in North Myrtle Beach. This exciting cruise down the Intercoastal Waterway offers lunch or dinner options and onboard entertainment. Plus, learn how you can become a shelter hero in your community. Our Destiny Kennedy sits down with the American Red Cross of South Carolina about their need for disaster relief volunteers. We'll have all the details coming up later in today's show. But first, I'm really excited to be live with y'all down in Georgetown. We have a lot to discover and learn in today's show. And joining me right now is Corinne. It is so good to see you.
Thank you, Hallie. It's great to be here.
Thank you so much for having us. So we find ourselves at the entrance of the Georgetown County Museum. I know we're going to head in just a little bit, but first I want to learn a little bit more about you guys.
Well, you have just stepped foot into a treasure trove of collections that were donated, given to the museum by Georgetownians who really specialize in preserving and promoting this almost 300 years of history. But it first began by local residents who formed the Georgetown County Historical Society. And they kept the collections in their homes. They would sometimes, every once in a while, display them at places like the Georgetown County Library, the Winya Auditorium, and then in the 1930s, 1940s, they decided we really need to do even more of that. So it wasn't until 2005 that the Georgetown County Museum found a permanent home on Prince Street, one of the important streets in Georgetown, the charming town with the, if you drove by it, you would just see it oozes with just pineapple welcomeness.
It does. So much character and charm and so much rich history here that so many people are so passionate about. So right here when we enter the museum, we're going to see beautiful paintings, and I want to learn a little bit more about these and the artists. Tell us what makes these so significant.
Well, there are a total of 30 watercolors that Alice Ravenel U.G. Smith did. And these she had done in the 1850s. They represent an important industry in Georgetown and Georgetown County. That's the rice industry. So as you look, it will depict, she depicts in such a beautiful manner. I think she captures the spirits of those who shared with us their expertise on rice growing. The people from the western coastal parts of Africa, you can almost feel them as they become part of their souls, or a part of the translucent rice that made Georgetown one of the wealthiest parts of this country. By the 1850s, there were 446 plantations, and each plantation, on average, produced about 20,000 pounds of rice. Wow. Multiply that by 446 plantations, and that is a lot of rice.
It certainly is, and I understand you can also see these works down at the Gibbs Museum in Charleston, so not too far from Georgetown.
Absolutely. And there is a book in which we do have it. We don't have it in the museum, but we just have 7 of her pictures, but aren't they beautiful?
They are beautiful. And for our friends watching today that may want to come down to Georgetown themselves, maybe they want to take a look around the museum, when can they visit?
They can visit from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Excellent. And then before we go to break, I want to talk a little bit about this quilt here. We see a lot of important things depicted. Tell us about this.
Well, as we read the top upper left corner, you'll see a Spanish settlement, San Miguel de Guadalupe. I think the date was around 1516, 1518. Did not last too long, but it was a Spanish settlement, so the Spaniards were around. Then moving to the right, we have Lafayette, we have Liberté, Égalité, and Fraternité. Lafayette first stepped foot near Georgetown, right out on North Island. And we are planning to celebrate it in a big way. It'll be the 250th anniversary, the weekend of June the 13th, 2027.
Wow.
So then let's...
It's so amazing to see a lot of stories to be told, Corinne. Thank you so much for taking us through a lot of the history here. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Hallie.
Absolutely. And friends, you don't want to go anywhere. When we come back, we're headed inside the museum, taking you through the history of Frances Marion. We can't wait to share. We'll see you right after this.